Coming up, charges have been filed against an ex-prison officer here in Lowndes County.
And we'll tell you about an incident where shots were fired in city limits.
We'll have these stories and more. Your News Valdosta starts now. Welcome to News Valdosta. I'm Taylor Williams.
And I'm Jordan Barella. Former Valdosta State Prison Officer Cedric Wesley was indicted last Monday on one count of furnishing prohibited items to inmates and one count of violation of oath by a public officer. The charges stemmed from an incident on May 8th where prison staff noticed so-called suspicious activity during the officer's shift. Staff members followed Wesley to a janitorial closet and discovered a bag of approximately 1 ounce of tobacco. Wesley admitted to bringing the tobacco to the facility and was immediately fired and arrested by the Lowndes County Sheriff's Office. According to the Georgia Department of Corrections, more than 700 civilians and more than 150 Department of Corrections staff members have been arrested to date for attempts to smuggle contraband into state prison facilities.
Early Friday morning, Valdosta police arrested a man at a 700 block of Lake Park Road after receiving reports that someone fired a handgun into the air. Captain Bobby McGraw stated that the reports came from citizens concerned for their safety after Kaylin Levon Covington fired shots within city limits at approximately 3 in the morning. Covington allegedly borrowed a gun belonging to someone else and claims that he fired the weapon just to see how it shot. Police say Covington cooperated with them during the arrest.
Police are still searching for an armed robber who stole an undisclosed amount of cash from a Lowndes County convenience store last week. The robbery took place at Liberty Gas Station on 3832 Cat Creek Road. As the store was preparing to close, an unknown African-American male who was approximately 5'9", wearing jeans, a thin jacket, a face covering, and gloves, and carrying a ball entered the store and presented a handgun. No one was injured during the robbery. Police are urging anyone with information to call the Lowndes County Sheriff's Office.
The Lowndes County Sheriff's Office has issued a warning to residents concerning a phone scam taking place in the area. Lieutenant Stride Jones said that the Sheriff's Office has received several reports from residents who have received suspicious phone calls. The scammers are allegedly claiming to be employees of the Sheriff's Department and are demanding payment for missed court appearances. The Lowndes County Sheriff's Office would like to remind citizens that no law enforcement agency would make contact via telephone to demand payment, so do not provide the callers with payment. Although anyone who receives this call is encouraged to call and report the incident to the Sheriff's Office.
As the holiday season is now among us, the Valdosta Police Department is encouraging residents to take the necessary precautions to keep thieves at bay. Considering that burglary is the crime issue in Lowndes County, residents should follow a few safety tips such as remember to park smart, which means keep your vehicle locked and make sure no valuables are in plain sight. Stay alert while shopping and be aware of your surroundings. If shopping at night, make sure you shop with a companion and never leave your purse or wallet unattended. Also, try to avoid wearing expensive jewelry or carrying large amounts of cash. Instead, try to pay with a check or credit card. Also, remember to be mindful of locking doors and windows in your home.
When we come back, we'll tell you why the world is wearing red.
And how one local ministry is focusing on healthy habits. Find out more when we come back.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
Red ribbons will be worn today as people around the community and the world join together for the 26th World AIDS Day. An estimated 34 million people around the world have HIV, the virus that causes AIDS. The World AIDS Day website has resources that provide information on how HIV is transmitted and how it can be prevented. Being knowledgeable about the disease can further the personal and communal health. More information can be found on the World AIDS Day website.
Thanksgiving is over and many of us are stuffed, but one local ministry is continuing to focus on healthy eating habits to improve community health. News Valdosta reporter Camille Ralston has the story.
Although it is the season to eat what you want and not feel guilty about it, one local ministry is teaching you how to eat healthy and feel good all year long. T.E.A.C.H Ministries is located at 601 North Lee Street, but its impact is being felt throughout Lowndes County. The health directors in charge of the classes stress that Valdosta is an at-risk community with health issues spanning from cardiovascular disease to diabetes and obesity.
We have a program called Eat Right, Move Right that we started here, and it is a community-based, faith-based community program where we intertwine exercise and cooking and a spiritual spin on how we should live our daily lives.
Look at that chicken.
Health Director Shelley Bryant dedicates her time to finding better ways in which people can prepare food for their families. She also teaches courses that offer health resources and devotionals.
We believe that if we can be that example, because that's what people do, they see what you do more than what they hear what you say. We think we would have made some impact. And if one person in a congregation changes, then maybe that one person can change another person.
T.E.A.C.H Ministries meets every fourth Monday of the month. With News Valdosta, I'm Camille Ralston.
The Valdosta State Fire Department is now even closer to getting their new fire engines. The Valdosta City Council has unanimously agreed to have the fire department apply for grants with Homeland Security. The grants will help pay for a new ladder truck to replace the current one that's 21 years old, as well as to replace our 4 17-year-old fire engines. Chief Freddie Broom said that the old trucks are no longer cost effective and can cause many safety concerns.
One of the most prominent programs of study at the Wiregrass campuses is practical nursing. 18 months of dedication paid off for 15 students as the 15 new LPNs were presented with their nursing pins. The pinning ceremony was held on November 21st at the Coffee campus prior to fall semester's graduation. The nurse's pin is a standard part of a nurse's uniform. The pin is a symbolic badge of achievement and dedication to the field of nursing. The newly pinned nurses will graduate from Wiregrass, Georgia Technical College on December 11th. The fall commencement ceremony will be held at the Mathis City Auditorium here in Valdosta.
Valdosta Main Street is celebrating the holiday season. The holiday open house will take place from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. this Saturday, December 6th. The public is encouraged to stroll through the unique shops and restaurants downtown. The steps of the historic Lowndes County Courthouse will be occupied by adult and children choirs and dancers from the Valdosta area. On the lawn near the courthouse will be a diversity of activities, entertainment, and visits with Santa. Also, citizens can enjoy the Valdosta Community Christmas Parade from 5 to 7 o'clock Saturday afternoon.
We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we'll take a look at weather with Mark Mongell.
So stay with us.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who do something, the people who take action, are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making home affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
There are a million places you'd never consider texting. So why would you do it while driving? Leave risky driving to the professionals. Stop the texts, and together we can stop the wrecks.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
Now let's take a look at the weather with Mark Mongell. Mark, what's in the forecast?
Thanks. Today's weather is looking good. Our high is at 77 with a 63% chance of humidity and no chance of rain. We are looking at partly cloudy skies with our lows sitting at 52 degrees. Winds have only been around 6 miles per hour, which was great considering the recent cold temperatures. Tonight, our weather looks pretty clear, but it will be cooling down again with this afternoon with a low reaching 52 degrees. Also tonight, we have an 85% chance of humidity with no chance of rain. Winds will be moving around 5 miles per hour. It may be another foggy morning in the area. Tomorrow we are kicking off early as the sun is expected to rise at 7:13 a.m. Our high tomorrow will be around 79 degrees and our low around 55. Winds tomorrow are expected to be moving 9 miles per hour. We have a small chance of rain tomorrow. Right now we are looking at a 10% chance. Our lunar phase tomorrow is a waxing gibbous. The UV index for today is at a 4, which is low on a 12-point scale. Actually, it's moderate. We have almost no pollen to worry about. That's all for weather. Now back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Mark. When we come back, we'll take a look at the local sports with Brandy Moore. So stay with us.
Body language. Without saying a word, it can tell you so much. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time. Time to call 911 immediately. The sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment. And that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. Learn the body language, the sudden signs, and spot a stroke fast.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel more than a mile. That single ember can ignite and destroy your home or even your community. You can't control where that ember will land, only what happens when it does. Get Fire Adapted now at fireadapted.org.
Welcome back.
Now let's check in with Brandy Moore for our local sports report. Brandy?
Thanks, guys. The VSU Blazers took on the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears this past Saturday. By the end of the first quarter, the Bears held the lead by 1 point. They carried the lead until the end of the third quarter with 2 minutes left and the score of 14-13. Valdosta regained the lead in the fourth quarter with 12 minutes remaining. The Blazers forced 5 turnovers throughout the game. Those 5 turnovers turned into 13 points for the Blazers, giving them a win. One of those turnovers prevented the Bears from making a final touchdown, which could have put them back in the lead. The final score was 23-21, and the Blazers will continue on to the third round in the playoffs, where they will host West Georgia this Saturday at noon in the Baysmore-Hyder Stadium. In volleyball, the Blazers took on the Tampa Spartans in the semifinal round of the South Region Tournament on November 1st. Seniors Destiny Berry and Gina Kirkwood made 6 kills, while Ashley Lala made 9 digs. Meanwhile, the Spartans made 12 kills and 23 attempts. Spartan Berkeley Whaley made 10 kills alone. The team also picked up 50 digs. The Tampa Spartans are ranked as the top team in all of Division II volleyball. The final score was 3-0. That marks the end of the Blazers volleyball season with an overall record of 25-8. This also marks their first South Conference championship and their first win in the NCAA regional tournament. In basketball, the Blazers took on the Georgia Regents Jaguars this past Wednesday. The Blazers attempted 59 shots but only made 21 of those baskets. Most of the baskets attempted were beyond the three-point line. The Jaguars made 21, served 21 assists, and made 32 baskets. The ball was also turned over 6 times to the Jaguars. The Blazers struggled most with their shooting performance, and it cost them the game. The final score was 92-61. They made a comeback on Saturday when they took on Weber International. Blazers meant business when they made 17 of the game's first 20 points. Their shooting performance improved greatly, giving them a win. The final score was 82-62. Meanwhile, the Lady Blazers team was on fire this past week. The ladies took on Trinity Baptist Eagles this past Monday. Junior Aaliyah Johnson set a career record of 21 points in one game, while freshman Jarfaith Jones made 17 points and 7 rebounds. The final score was 108-49. They didn't stop there. On Saturday, the ladies took on the Weber International Warriors. Both teams struggled to complete baskets, keeping them under 35% of shooting. The Lady Blazers took home another win with a final score of 56-53. That's today's sports. Let's go back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Brandy. When we come back, we'll tell you about a local dance troupe continuing a classic tradition.
So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Lionfish are an invasive species decimating local fish populations and spreading along the Atlantic coast, the Gulf of Mexico, and the Caribbean. Their presence, along with organized culling, increases the risk of envenomation to recreational divers and fishermen. Providing effective first aid is essential. Remain calm and immediately terminate your dive. Remove any obvious foreign material such as spines and rinse with fresh water. Soak in non-scalding hot water and go to the nearest medical facility. For more information, go to dan.org and beadiver.com.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
Dancers are taking the stage for the 42nd annual production of The Nutcracker, produced by Dance Arts and Linda Chase. The event will once again spin, glide, leap, and prance to a special arrangement of Peter Tchaikovsky's score, played by the Valdosta Symphony Orchestra. Performances will be held this Friday, December 5th, until Sunday, December 7th, at Mathis City Auditorium. Tickets are $12 for the evening performances and Sunday performances, and $10 for the special narrated Saturday matinee. Reservations are required.
Heroes for Tots will be hosting a fundraiser next Saturday, December 13th at Freedom Park. The event will begin at 9 a.m. and will consist of 10 teams of public safety employees who will be playing baseball for the cause. The entrance fee is either a monetary donation or the donation of a toy for a child in need. The Heroes for Tots organization will then donate the items to local school systems. Teachers in local schools can recommend the children with need and then distribute the items accordingly. Residents can also make donations at Southwest Georgia Bank, Georgia State Patrol Post 31, the Valdosta Parks and Recreation, or to the Farmhouse Restaurant and Lake Park.
That's it for our program today. Thanks for watching News Valdosta. I'm Taylor Williams.
And I'm Jordan Barella. We'll see you again tomorrow.